Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on, living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss. Sauntering, Major D staying flabbergasted. I asked about the size of an infant's casket.
Just kidding.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast that is #1 in parts unknown and the undead realm. Welcome back to the PWI Lifetime Achievement Award winner for worst Instagram handle ever. Welcome back to Top Rope Wrestling Talk. I am the man, the myth, the 20-time champion. I am also the soundboard by God extraordinaire, the producer, the jack of all trades, the master of none, the South Philly Psycho, D.O.L. Hey, Brian, I see you in the chat. Fuck this shit. Let's get it on. Let's fucking go! I'm Extreme. Fuck Matt Cardona. And of course, I am also joined by the First Lady of Top Rope Wrestling Talk, the whole ass vibe, the ninth wonder of the podcasting world, because we don't treat her like a woman, but we damn sure don't treat her like a man.
Yes, we do.
The only Latina heat, Grandma Wendy. Fuck no, you ain't.
Oh no.
Brucey, what happened?
And now the man who apparently I knocked his lights
Keep
out.
talking.
He is the founder of Top Rope Wrestling Talk. He is also the biggest MJF mark you will ever fucking meet. And if you don't believe him, he will fight you.
I am.
His
I'm
dog
still here.
has a Burberry scarf. He's still here, I think.
Yes, she
he's
does.
in the dark, but he's here.
He's in witness protection.
He is also the salt of the earth of podcasting and a dear, dear friend, a true brother from another mother, the high class one himself, who is frantically trying to get his lights back on so he doesn't look like he's in the witness protection program.
But I am. It's because Devin's here.
So I'm trying to hold this so you can get a like, fuck it. Sa.
Play my music.
Playing.
Yes, I am.
And he knows it.
Yes, I do.
See? and while Brucey's getting his light, shouts out to Ivan, Circle of Debate for President Wendy, damn it. And of course, Devin, we love you. What's good, man?
What's up, Devin?
Glad to see you always.
It's good, Devin.
And what would be a show without family? What up, bro?
What? Holy hell.
Dustin, what's
That was
happening, homie?
insane.
And now he's got a light.
was
Take it away.
That was something. What
I've got a light. Y'all can see me. See what happened was
What happened was he went from the MJF mark to John Cena. We couldn't see that.
That's
The MJF
absolutely
mark
right.
in the
No, I forgot to charge my light. I forgot to charge my light from last week. So there's a couple small things that I just want to talk about real quick just to kick the show off before we start talking about that thing that's happening tomorrow. I don't know what it is.
I believe there's
that's
some
happening
sort
tomorrow
of
night?
battle royal or something.
Some sort of
A
rumble.
casino battle royal?
No,
Is that
I
what's
don't think
happening?
it's. I don't-
See, Sarge says tomorrow night's for football.
No, that's Sunday
Even
night.
though there's no, I know. So here it is.
Sarge's a
So
little
in
old.
recent-
He's getting his days mixed up.
So I with this first little topic, I just want us to do a little bit of speculating. So
Okay.
Serena Deeb was recently interviewed, and in her interview, they were talking about the AEW women's. Yeah, I can go with that. I can go with Niners. Okay. So in a recent interview, they were talking to Serena Deeb about the AEW women's division and you know where she thought it was going and stuff like this. And she in the article explained that she was actually pretty excited. And her exact I can't quote her because I don't have her exact words in front of me. But she said that there are a couple of huge signings for the women's division in AEW, and that are coming in. And I believe this article came out after Martinez was there, so I think there may be a couple other women that they are signing. So who do you guys think that is out there in the free market pool that they could sign that would elevate the women's division to the next level for AEW?
Timmy. No, shout out to the rest
Wendy!
of Wendy!
Out there though. I've lost track.
Is it
Right?
Are we at that point yet where Taya Valkyrie is available?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe we're getting to
Because
that
she
point.
could definitely
She would definitely be a great
she
addition.
could definitely be a tremendous addition and somebody that could, help some of the younger talent. So that would be a good one. Ember Moon is
No,
another
there
one.
is no more Ember Moon. It's Athena.
Well, it's Athena now, but
Ember
the artist
Moon is
formerly
dead.
known.
But yes, I was actually thinking the same thing, Devin.
Yeah.
I was.
That actually popped in my head when I saw it pop on the chat. I was like, wow, we share a brain too. No wonder my head hurts all the fucking time.
That's kind of bad because I've legitimately lost track of who's been released and everything, and I'm like, I don't even know anymore. Like, it just there's been so many, and I'm like, I don't even know.
I know they're big on Joshi girls, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking the only one that really comes to mind that could help that division right now, Kairi Sane.
That would be amazing. That would be fucking huge.
I don't know if she ever wants to come back to the US after the WWE thing, but if she did, that would be huge for them.
But here's the thing: she's got people like Sheeta and stuff that have been over there and that are there in AEW that can be like, "Hey, look, this isn't WWE." You know.
True. Oh, what's Tim saying? He says, I'll be at the show Wednesday. I'm hoping Ember Moon shows up. I'd love to see Tegan Knox. Taya would also be great, but Ember Moon, please. Yeah, yes. Yeah, Tegan Knox is another one. Like, she was great in NXT UK. I know she had her injuries, but she's still a damn good worker. And
she's
really
amazing in the ring.
So
she did have her injuries and have her problems, Wendy, and I'm kind of with you because not only we got the e-releases, but remember ROH built up their women's division and they're all free.
This is true. This is true.
True.
We've got they built up a semi-solid roster for a new women's division. I'm not saying it was amazing.
I think you got Stat Girl looking up the ROH roster.
And as far as I know, Roxy did not WWE did not sign her. From
they didn't?
What I understand, they gave her a tryout, but I believe they didn't sign her. I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
I haven't heard anything since the tryout, so that's.
I haven't either. I don't think they signed her. I think they might have passed on her. But I'm not sure.
Yes, I think that's looking unanimous as far as the chat goes, and on this panel, like Taya and Athena all lead. Yes, please.
Okay,
Stat Girl.
This is who they had. They had Gabby Ortiz, Jenny Rose, Jessie Brooks, Karen Q, Kelly Klein, Madison Rain, Mandy Leon, Stella Gray, Sumi Sakai, and Tennille Dashwood.
Well, Tennille's an Impact now.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean she can't cross over though.
That's true.
No. Yeah.
I mean, I think Kelly Klein would be good in AEW, but
what about Allison Kay?
Oh, here we go. A more recent one. Okay. When is this from? This was as of January 28th. So as of today. Amy Rose, Angelina Love, Chelsea Green. Oh, no, wait. Yep. Chelsea Green, Holiday, Jenny Rose, Kelly Ann, Mandy Leon, Maria Canales Bennett, Maria Manic, Max the Impaler, Fear Boner, Miranda Alize, Quinn McKay, Roxy, Session Moth Martina, Sumi Sakai, Trish Adora, Vicky Haskins, Vita Von Star, and Willow.
I love Trish Adora. I don't know if anybody watches her on the indie scene and stuff, but she's
a pretty solid roster.
Mm-hmm.
Her, Maria Manic, and I would say Holiday would be good additions, but I think Holiday went to MLW. I'm not sure.
What about Allison Kay?
Well, that's if NWA is willing to, let her.
Is she still with them? I didn't think she was still with them.
Her and Marty Bell are still the women's tag team champions.
They got tag titles?
Yes.
Where the fuck have I been?
I don't know. Empower was a while ago, homie.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You gotta pay to watch their normal show.
You see what happens when his light goes out and all of a sudden.
And his name is John C.
Appleton!
Brian. Oh, hey, Alvarito. I have to agree with Brian. Asuka definitely should leave the E. AEW or Impact would be great for her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine her and Kairi Sane teaming up again in AEW? Like,
can you imagine the match she would have with Shida? Because they're both really stiff.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be like the match of the stiffest bitch right there. Holy shit.
I actually think
that match might get me stiff. Hi-oh!
Oh.
You get an F for the day, sir. F for the day.
Wow.
No. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Then why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing.
No, I think Asuka would go back to Japan.
Most likely.
To be honest with you.
But I would love to see her have at least maybe a small handful in various promotions. Like a farewell tour kind of thing.
Yeah.
God damn. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, when the Kabuki Warriors were together, they were complaining there were too many female tag teams in WWE. And now fast forward ahead and you're like,
they don't have any.
Anyone.
Who are the tag champs?
Carmella and Queen Zelina.
Why?
Because they have nothing better to do with either of them.
Why not?
So let me get this straight. Zelina Vega went back to WWE because her husband was pretty much still working there, and they promised her the fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
Then they release her husband, make her a joke. Then they give her a crown that means absolutely nothing. And now she's teaming up with a female gimp mask from Pulp Fiction.
Don't forget the British accent they gave her. Don't forget that.
And the British accent they gave a Spanish woman.
I'm adopted brown and I am insulted.
Why did they give her a...
You know what it is? You know what I know what they said when they re-signed her, but you know what it is? They're like, we'll teach you to talk about fucking unions.
You know what they did? They are rehashing Queen Carmella. Or what is Booker T's wife? Sharmell.
Queen Sharmell.
Queen Sharmell is what they're doing.
Zelina's actually Puerto Rican.
She's still Spanish.
No, Spanish people are from Spain.
She's still brown.
Oh, you know what I fucking mean.
I will correct that always, sir.
Thank you, madam.
I'll let the terrible spelling slide,
she
but I will
speaks
never let
Spanish.
that
I'll
slide
let the
from
terrible
anybody. She
spelling
is Latina.
slide.
She is Puerto Rican. I will never let that slide from anybody. And I love you guys, but I won't let you guys slide.
Love you too. Thanks, bro.
Together.
Oh yeah, don't forget Zelina was cut from SmackDown on 9/11 when she was trying to do pay tribute to her father.
Oh yeah.
There was that too. Yeah. That's what I mean. We'll teach you to mention unions.
When they did the saying of the names, she was there. That's what kind of blew my mind. I'm like, so there she is doing that, and in front of everybody, in front of the whole fucking world, live and all that shit. But WWE's like, we ain't got time for that shit.
Nah.
Okay.
Basically, she did the tribute. She was out there for the tribute. As soon as she walked back through Gorilla, Laurinaitis was like, "Hey, come here.
Mhm.
You're fired.
Pretty much.
Bye."
Deuces.
So, in other news, in other WWE related news, my boy, the hidden gem of professional wrestling,
Yep.
Mustafa Ali, formerly Mustafa Ali,
Uh-huh.
has gone and blocked WWE on Fox after they blocked a fan for using the hashtag Free Ali. How do you feel about that? Here,
Can
let me get into this.
Can I respond first?
Yes.
Here's my response. I love you, Mustafa Ali.
I know we agree. Or
I
as
fucking
he-
love you. I'm sorry. I know I probably flipped my shit there for a minute. I apologize. But I love you, Mustafa. That is fucking glorious.
I appreciate that on his Twitter he also has Adil Alam, which I believe is his real name if I recall correctly.
Yes.
And his bio, a disruptor. You're not wrong, my man. You are not wrong.
He really, Mustafa Ali got like grande cojones, man. Like
if there is anyone right now that has the right to shit talk, bash, and trash WWE, it is this man.
Oh yeah.
They had a gold mine in their fucking pocket, but you want to know what the problem was?
He's not.
They thought it was retribution.
He's a fucking professional wrestler, not a sports entertainer. That's the fucking problem.
Well, yeah, there's that, and they thought
he's
the gold
not
mine.
An actor.
They thought the gold mine was
wrestler.
retribution. They somehow bought out a costume store or something, so everybody gets a mask now. I don't know what the fuck that is.
They went to Halloween. What is it? The fucking Halloween store that's out every year, and they were closing down. And they went and said, "Hey, I want this one, this one, this one, and this one."
Right? They just went to the clearance section at like Party City and grabbed
Spirit
all
Halloween,
the masks.
That's what it is.
Spirit Halloween, yeah.
They literally, Cross has a mask. All Retribution has a mask. Carmella's got a mask. What the fuck?
It's like they walked into Spirit. They didn't even look when they walked into Spirit. They just like put on a blindfold and just grabbed, and we're like, all right, pay for it.
It's like I know I was busting on Pepsi. Feel the same way, but like this is what you get when you order luchador masks on Wish.com. All this shit shows up.
Pretty much.
Like the thing, like before all of this happened with Mustafa Ali blocking them, he put a post on Twitter of Heath Ledger's Joker. Remember when he burns that giant pile of fucking cash?
Yep.
He that's all it was that gif of the Joker standing there with a burning pile of cash, basically saying, "I don't want your fucking money. I just want to wrestle."
Yeah.
Is exactly what that was like. Like,
on his
I'll burn your
TikTok,
fucking money.
All the videos he's been posting, it's like, how have you not put this to use, WWE? How did you just let this sit on his couch?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. The dude cuts fucking amazing promos.
He really does.
Dude,
and
AEW does not sign this, they're stupid.
And I know there are people out there that say, "Oh, well, don't forget he's had world title matches." I was like, that was like 2 years ago.
What have they done since?
No, he didn't have a world title match. He lost his fucking shot at the title match when he got hurt. That's when Kofi Mania started.
Mania happened.
That was supposed to be him.
Oh no, but I mean, prior to Kofi Mania, he did. I think he got into a title match or two, even though they were like the multi-man fuckery matches that always seem to happen. And it's like
he was in
okay,
the Elimination Chamber.
but that was again prior to Kofi Mania. Kofi Mania was a minute ago.
You're absolutely right, but Mustafa Ali was supposed to be Kofi in that gauntlet match.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he had gotten hurt. Or no, I think they pulled him out of it and gave it to Kofi.
They
One
pulled
of the
him
two.
out
He got hurt.
because he got hurt, and then they put Kofi in his place, and then Kofi. But that's what I'm saying. That was forever ago, and since then, they tried to make him the hacker, and then they killed the storyline, and then they tried to patch it into this retribution storyline that they came up with, and it was all whack.
It was
really
And they
garbage.
blame it on, and they try to blame it on him like he did something. No, he ran with whatever the fuck you gave him.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'll say the same
Absolutely.
thing about Mustafa Ali that I said about NXT 2.0 last week, and I don't give a fuck.
Fucking trash.
Do not be disappointed in fans or Mustafa Ali. Look in the mirror. Be disappointed in yourself because you've had these things and they were working for you, and then you decided to fuck with them, and now they suck. And then you're like, well, we're disappointed because people didn't like it. No, be disappointed in you because you had it, it was good, and now it sucks.
Mhm.
Yep. Absolutely.
You
So,
don't
now
suck.
that-
What's up, my guy?
Mac, what up, bro? Long time,
Mac.
buddy. Long time.
Miss that
So
man.
now,
What up, man?
now we're gonna talk about the forgotten pay-per-view. We're gonna talk about the Royal Rumble a little bit. Because really, there's only one match I think worth talking about, and then the Rumble.
I mean, the Rumble matches, yeah.
What does the card even look like?
It's
All I know is Brock Lesnar is facing Bobby Lashley, and then there's Royal
Weird.
Rumble.
yeah. You got the two Rumbles. You got Lashley, Brock. You got Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title, and
Who cares?
And of course, Doudrop versus Becky. But let's be real. Does anybody see Doudrop beating Becky?
Fuck no.
Exactly.
Is there a
There's your talk on
SmackDown
that.
women's title match? Is Charlotte wrestling?
Charlotte is in the Royal Rumble.
She's the goddamn champion. Why is she
I
in
know.
the fucking Royal
You know what
Rumble?
she said? You know what she said? She's going to enter, she's going to win, and then she's going to challenge the WWE or the Raw Women's Champion.
Okay, here we go. Pulled up the card. So it's Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, as you said. Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking
No one cares.
Freaking Rollins.
with
Only
the
person that
Usos
cares is
and
Devin.
Usos barred from ringside. Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Miz and Maurice.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Deliberately forgot about it.
No, just forgot. It's been a long
Becky
week,
Lynch
y'all.
versus Piper Nivens. I refuse
Yes.
to call her Doudrop. The 30-man Royal Rumble and the 30 women, God knows from where, Royal Rumble.
You mean the 15-woman Rumble?
I thought they were up to 20.
Hey. Summer Rae and Cameron are coming back. These people are legends.
Jesus.
I can't believe they called Summer Rae a legend.
My asshole's more legendary.
It's better than calling Cameron one.
Wow.
I did not think you heard that.
I
Yeah,
did.
we
I was
heard
going to
it.
pretend like
Everybody
I didn't.
heard
but
it.
It's
Everybody
live, so
heard
Here's who they have for the women. Someone count. You ready? Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Nikki
Five.
Ash, Bria Nikki Bella. Those are
Six,
2 people, in case y'all are wondering.
8.
Carmella, because they need to fill the slot, so they count as 2, not 1. Carmella, Queen Zelina, Lita, Michelle McCool, Kelly, Dana Brooke, Natalia, Mickey James, Tamina, Shayna Baszler, Summer Rae, Aaliyah, and Shotzi.
Okay,
How
so
many
that
was
was
that?
21.
Oh, so I was right. There are
Blackjack, baby.
They're still missing
We're gonna have
9.
we're gonna have 9 surprise entrants.
I just want you guys to know
9.
that Cassie and Jesse both
Will not.
turned down the phone call from John Laurinaitis that offered them a spot in the Rumble, and they said, "Go pound fucking sand."
Are we
As,
shocked?
As
Look-
Lexi said, WWE is really putting out that sup big head energy.
Yeah. They're putting out that shitty ex-boyfriend energy. That's all I know.
Right?
Like, hey, we can make this work. Come back just for one night. It's
It-
like
it-
calling
you.
Summer Rae a legend is like calling Bastion Booger a legend.
He was.
True.
He is. In his own mind.
I guess.
He made me legendarily nauseous every time I saw him in the ring. It was like,
But I mean, honestly, the only like, I'm sad for this Rumble because this is the only pay-per-view that I thoroughly enjoy from WWE, and I don't even want to watch it because I'm not interested.
let me say something. I know I'm talking down on it right now, but the Royal Rumble is typically a good show, a good pay-per-view. I'm not calling it premium live event or whatever the fuck Peacock calls it. Fuck Peacock.
No, it's a PPV.
It's gonna be a good pay-per-view. I'm not saying it's gonna be great, one of the all-time Rumbles, or it's gonna be a good pay-per-view. I'm definitely interested in the title matches as far as like Brock, Bobby, Roman, Seth, that type of thing. I'm not buying into all the, outside other promotional people showing up. Like there will be no Moose. There will be none of that shit. And if there is, I'll come on here and apologize. But it's not going to happen. Because here's the thing. I mentioned this to Brucey before we got on live, and Wendy wasn't here, but she knows this because it's literally a grandma quote. WWE does a lot of teasing and not a lot of pleasing.
Yep.
They're going to tease that they're going to open this forbidden door that's made of petrified redwood. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to tease that people like, oh, Ronda Rousey's going to show up for the first time and God knows fucking when. They're going to tease, other guys like Moose and Cody and all this stuff, and they're not going to please you. They're going to tease that they're working towards unifying these world titles. They won't.
They are.
They won't.
Mm-hmm.
They won't.
Mm-mm.
They don't care how small they get. They don't care what the talent pool is. They don't care if they have the same damn title match every pay-per-view. They will not. Because they can make billions of dollars doing what they're doing, so why bother?
Mm-hmm.
It might be giving the fans what they want. We can't have that.
This is what I
KO
see.
Mania 6. I'd love to see Kevin Owens win the Royal Rumble.
Not gonna happen.
It won't
sorry,
happen, but
Ivan.
I didn't say it would happen. I said I wanted to
But
see
it would be
it.
nice to see.
We're gonna get another Chris Jericho scenario, is what we're gonna do. This is because WWE loves to rehash storylines from billions of fucking years ago. When Jericho beat The Rock and Austin to become the undisputed champion in WWE is exactly what we're going to get.
We will see, but I
at
don't think
WrestleMania, because we're gonna have Brock, Roman, and the winner of the Royal Rumble, and they're gonna have two separate matches.
Do we want to do a quick rundown of the men's Royal Rumble?
Well, we can, but before we do that, I'm just gonna say we will see tomorrow. But as far as I'm concerned, at this point,
It's an urban legend that never happened.
and it never will. It never will.
No.
It makes no sense to have two separate rosters if you're just gonna have people going from show to show because they can.
No, listen,
It makes no sense.
I agree. You make a great logical point. Now answer my question. What about WWE ever makes sense?
They stopped making sense at some point. Honestly, I don't even know when it was.
They stopped making sense in 2005 after the Ruthless Aggression era ended.
That's my point.
Okay. When I took a hiatus, all right.
If they decide to start making sense again, I will come back and I will apologize to everybody. But they
I'm not apologizing.
For a long fucking
I
time.
don't apologize for
Fuck that
shit.
shit. I'm not apologizing. They owe me an apology.
I'm not
yes.
12 or a douche, so I will apologize.
I'm petty as fuck, so I'm not.
I act like I'm 12, and people have called me a douche before.
I'm not shocked.
I'm a petty asshole, so there's that.
You a douche and you a petty asshole? Never. The shock is just pouring from me right now, along with the sarcasm.
And like the other thing, like with this forbidden door in WWE, if Moose showed up, you know he's not winning.
No, fuck no.
There
If
are
someone shows up
forbidden
from
door.
another company, they're not gonna win. Their forbidden door is NXT.
Their
Yes.
forbidden door is not made of petrified redwood. Their forbidden door is painted on a brick wall.
It's made of particle board.
You can try opening that door all you want. You're just going to slam straight into a wall.
It's like a
Let me
sealed
in.
industrial metal door that's been welded shut, and we lost
It's
the
not
key to
going to
it.
happen.
But on another note, with the Rumble, I am looking forward to and excited about the Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar
yes.
match
That should be
hell
because
yeah.
because that match I've actually wanted to see for a
Oh,
long
you and me
time.
both. A lot of people.
I agree.
A
No, I'm
lot of
with you
people.
guys.
It's unanimous
This-
here. A lot of people have been waiting for Brock versus Bobby. Just getting a taste of it at day one made me tune in.
So
Like they're in the
So-
same ring. I'm watching this.
let me ask you guys a question.
Uh-huh.
When was the last time WWE gave us a real dream match besides this one?
AJ Styles and John Cena.
That was a
That
dream
good-
match. It was a
Yeah.
good match, but was that really a dream match?
It was AJ coming
Is
in,
that-
and he had been,
is
the
that
big guy
really-
outside WWE, and Cena had been the guy. Yeah, that for me, that
But
was a
is
dream
that-
match.
Is that a match that you sat around with us or people saying, you know what match I really want to see? I really want to see AJ
Yes.
Styles versus John Cena.
Yes, you know
Bullshit.
why? Because I wanted to see AJ Styles whip John Cena's ass, and that's exactly how that shit
I'm
went down.
calling
Champ that runs the camp.
bullshit.
I'm not
calling
bullshitting
bullshit.
whatsoever. I
I am
love.
calling bullshit. You
I still
hated
love-
John Cena. You never wanted
I
to see
know,
John Cena do
but I
anything.
love AJ Styles. I loved him in ROH. I loved him in Impact. I loved him in New Japan. So when he showed up, I said, please fight John Cena and kick his motherfucking ass. And that's exactly what happened. That was the one time where WWE hit the payoff, and I said, thank you. I got what I wanted. That might have been the last time.
They teased us with Brock Lesnar and Keith Lee because I thought
Mhm.
that would have been a great match, but they just teased us, and it was just like, no, not quite. Just a tip. That's all you get. Just a tip, and that was it. And it was like,
You got the famous line, Brock Lesnar. Who the fuck is this
Who's that?
guy? Who the fuck is that?
Until he got knocked on his ass, though.
woofed out that fucking ring.
Once he got knocked
But
on his ass, now he's looking up at Keith Lee like, oh, shit.
I mean, listen, we're gonna see. This is probably gonna be the stiffest match WWE is going to allow to have.
Oh, that would
This
be a
is
dream.
going-
Edge versus Styles is still a dream match that I want to see.
Yeah, I agree with that. That would be a great one.
That's something I've wanted. It hasn't happened. I don't know if it will, but I want to see it. AJ's not got much going on, and Edge is, gonna have this little couples retreat match. So, and that's a clear W. Even if Edge doesn't get in the ring, Beth Phoenix beat the shit out of both of them. Beth Phoenix is more man than Miz. Yeah, I said it.
Amazon for a reason.
I'm
She fought that whole
not-
Royal Rumble with her head busted, like it was
Mhm.
nothing. Like she was just like, well, like it was a paper cut. Like
She
I don't
didn't
have
have like the Ric Flair, but she donned like the crimson ponytails. The
Yeah,
back
yeah.
of her head all the way
Sometimes
down, just red.
She was
Like,
out there still
yeah.
wrestling. Like, ain't nobody got time for this shit. I ain't got time.
Like there was I saw a clip of Maurice busting Beth Phoenix in the head with a purse that had a brick in it, and I thought, shit, you better come harder than that.
Like, that's it, bitch. That's the fuck it.
That's all you got. Oh, you did.
My head.
Kudos. Beth sold that shit and pretended like she was hurt, but you knew she wasn't hurt. You knew she. She's like, shit. That's a Tuesday. My kid
Yeah,
does
my
that
shit
to me
too.
every week.
I'm gonna.
Bitch, you here to
I'm
tickle
gonna.
me or fight me?
My
I'm
kid will
gonna
whip
be-
your ass. That's all.
I'm
Look at my daughter do my light work.
Bruce?
I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry,
be
Bruce.
completely honest with you guys.
Yeah.
As much of an Edge fan as I am and was, I'm not impressed by his return.
I dig it.
I'm not.
I mean,
I
He's
love-
had
I'm not always-
one amazing match. One, And that was the one in Saudi that nobody fucking watched.
I watched.
I was thrilled.
Because you contribute to the blood money.
Well, no, because I had COVID, but
I was thrilled and legitimately popped
I'm
when he came out of
impressed.
the Royal Rumble. But after that, I was like, meh.
Mm-hmm.
the match he had at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
I know he didn't win, but the match he had at Mania was great.
What,
All those matches he had
the
with
greatest
Gunn, like, I was
wrestling
like,
match ever?
No, that was Backlash or whatever the fuck that was. I'm talking about the triple threat with him and Bryan and Roman. That match was fucking amazing. And a lot of it was him.
It was a triple.
The rest of it is just I'm not upset with his comeback. I'm more upset with the booking of his comeback than anything.
All those
And you
matches
can't
he
blame
had
Edge
with
for that.
Randy Orton, total fucking snooze fest.
Absolutely, including the greatest match of all time,
All of them.
which got Edge injured. So
I mean,
that was helpful.
Dunkaroos,
So
my
needed
kids
to have.
love those. I do too.
Dunkaroos.
I love him too. Who doesn't?
So
People with peanut butter allergies. Dude, other than that,
here it is. Charlotte's gonna win the women's rumble. I could give two flying fucks who wins the men's because Roman's gonna come out the undisputed fucking champ anyways.
see, I'm looking at it as I think
And
I think
looking at
Brock.
the memes,
I think Brock will lose to Bobby. Roman will keep his title. Big E will win and challenge Bobby at WrestleMania.
But
and
what
looking
do
at
I
the
know?
men in the men's Royal Rumble, I'm just like, there's some that I'm like, I wish would win it, but overall, I don't see them going very far.
And
with
of course,
it.
if Big E wins, challenges Bobby, then we're gonna have Brock and Roman at WrestleMania for the Universal title, which was gonna happen anyway until Roman got the Rona. The only reason Brock is on Raw is because Roman got the Rona. They did not lead to unifying titles that night when Roman got it. They just led to Brock winning a championship.
and burying Big E's career. Sorry, Wendy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Almost.
This is in the men's Royal Rumble. Shinsuke Nakamura, Rick Boogs, Ricochet, Omos, Randy Orton, Matt Riddle, Otis, Chad Gable, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, Kevin Owens, Big E, AJ Styles, Damian Priest, Johnny Knoxville, Sami Zayn, Kofi Kingston, Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, Sheamus, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, and Austin Theory. It's the 25 that are named.
And out of them, maybe 3 of them are legit like contenders to win.
Y'all think Bad Bunny's coming back for it? I heard a rumor that he was coming back to WWE.
Who fucking cares?
Bad Bunny fans?
I'm
So not me.
I'm just curious. I don't know. I appreciate that he took it seriously.
You know who cares? Booker T does. That's who.
I mean, I'm glad that he took it seriously and he enjoyed himself. And 205 Live's barely around, so I don't know where they're gonna put him.
Okay, so Mac and I are close. Like he thinks Brock loses to Bobby too, but then Brock enters the Rumble, wins it, and then he challenges Roman. I'm saying we're gonna get Brock and Roman again by default, and Big E wins and challenges Bobby after he beats Brock. It's close. It's close.
Mm-hmm. I could get with that.
But I want to see what they do with these surprises. I don't know if they're just going to bring legends back. Like Jeff Jarrett was backstage like a week or two ago, and I honestly thought it was Colonel Sanders for a minute. He looked terrible. His gray
he
hair,
may have
gray
looked
mustache.
terrible there, but he looked amazing at the GCW show in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Now he actually had a damn good match.
Yep.
And it will lead to nothing. in epic Jeff Jarrett fashion.
We're gonna get to GCW a little down the line because I'm done talking about this Royal Rumble shit.
Yeah, I'm over it.
It's gonna be a fun pay-per-view. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dom's the only one that wanted to talk about the Royal Rumble, so we talked about it because Dom's the producer.
It's tomorrow, for Christ's sake.
Look, as soon as you start
talk about it anyways.
Oh, you know what?
Start posting forums and title stuff, I'll start talking about it more. Because right
we
now,
will. We'll get back.
you
to that.
say I'm the 20-time champ, but no one has an opportunity to catch you because we don't do them anymore.
You had
haven't done
2
them in a
years of
minute.
opportunities, and you still couldn't catch me. So good luck trying.
Fair.
Bruce can't even catch up to my wife. And he's
Bro,
silent now.
We get the same amount.
No, she went one ahead of you at the last pay-per-view.
What was that? 3 years ago?
No, it was last year. It was before I got the Rona.
All right, so here we go, Wendy. We're talking about your eye candy, your boy toy right now. We're gonna talk about War
Oh
Daddy.
boy,
We're
do I
gonna
need to
talk
grab
about
the photo.
in a recent interview with Wendy's boy toy Wardlow.
Mm-hmm.
Exact quote, because I actually have it right here.
Hey.
This is about him going to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And I quote, like I said, I always believed I was going to walk in WWE's front door. Front doors they were going to go, what took you so long? Get over here. So I don't want to sound cocky, but I'm very confident that I was confident years ago, and it didn't happen, but I still feel like a certain individual in that company would look at me and go, "You're my guy." So I'm not surprised. I feel like I'm right up their alley of what their cookie cutter wrestlers would be, but hey, they had their shot. Basically saying he walked in their door, they turned him down, and he said, "Go fuck yourselves. I will never come back."
Pretty much.
So, do you feel like Wardlow was a little overconfident walking in the door saying, "Hey, guess what? I'm here.
I'm your guy.
I'm your guy"?
I don't think
And
so.
then-
I mean, like if you watch his wrestling when he was in the indies and stuff, he's damn good.
Mhm.
And yeah, he's good enough to be able to go walk in and say, "Bruh, fucking hire me," you know? And
Yeah.
I don't see that as confidence, not necessarily, I don't see that as false confidence. I see that more like knowing your worth and knowing your value and what you bring to the table. And he knows it. So he's able to walk in there and be like, and they were like, "No thanks." So he is able to say, "Y'all can eat a dick then."
Mm-hmm. Dom?
I mean, maybe he was a little cocky, maybe. But at the same time, like, you're a pro wrestler. Your job is to be cocky. Your job is to think that you are the shit, no matter what.
There's certain situations though where you need to walk in there, balls to the wall, big as fucking brass, like, I got this shit. And wrestling or sports entertainment is definitely one or two of those things. Because if you walk in there meek, like, "May I have a job, please?" They're not
This
gonna take you
podcast,
seriously.
for
They're not
example,
gonna
is
fucking
one
take
of
you
those
seriously.
things.
But if
You
walk
gotta
in
walk
there,
in.
give me the shit, fuck you, pay me. Yeah, they're gonna probably think about it at least.
Yeah, this podcast, for example, you got to come on this show balls out. Because if you don't, you won't survive. Like, you got to have some thick skin and some big balls, and you got to do that shit. You can't just come in here and go, "Oh, I guess Wendy's right, and I'll just sit here and be quiet, and you guys just have a fun chat. Bye." You got to be like, "No, fuck that. I said what I said."
Exactly.
And so I understand where he was coming from, and honestly, do I think it will be the last time he gets an opportunity there? Probably not. Do I think he'll go? Probably not.
under current management, I don't see him going.
It would take a
No,
lot.
he's in a great place right now.
Oh yeah,
It would take a lot. It really would. And he is in a great place. Like, he's actually getting on TV. He's crushing 2 people at once.
He's being built up. I mean, that match he had with CM Punk, like, yeah, I fucking hate Punk, but that was very brilliantly built up.
If
it
really
was.
If Brock Lesnar takes everybody to Suplex City, these days Wardlow is taking everybody to the Powerbomb project, straight up.
Symphony. It's called a
Powerbomb
symphony.
Fuck that
He's
symphony.
taking them
Fuck
to the
you.
orchestra.
Come to my
So,
neighborhood.
it's so beautiful. It's a fucking symphony.
Come to my neighborhood. It's time that we take a walk through the Powerbomb projects.
Powerbomb Projects just makes it sound like a bootleg bullshit.
No, it sounds
he hangs
ugly.
With MJF. He hangs with MJF, so it's got to be.
It won't be for long, and it
It's gotta
makes
be
it sound
classy.
ugly. And when you are Wardlow and you are powerbombing these tiny little guys repeatedly, it's fucking ugly. Like pray for me, call the coroner, ugly. So to have anything with symphony attached to that would be one off-key symphony, man. That would
Fantastic.
So
there's some classical music that's just cacophonous, but still just fucking beautiful.
So in other news, I have a small update on Jeff Hardy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, no, this one's actually kind of freaking cool.
News on Brother Nero. I knew it come.
So recently, Mr. Laurinaitis himself reached out to Jeff Hardy, offered him his job back, a spot in the Rumble, and a spot at the 2022 Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And Jeff Hardy basically said, "Hey, go pound fucking sand. I want the results from my drug tests that you guys have that show that I was negative. I want those results back because I'm clean and you know it. And I can go give them to my new employer."
yeah.
Right? I don't blame him. I mean, it sucks that they won't put him in the Hall of Fame. That's number one. Outside of that,
they were bribing him with the Hall of Fame to come back.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's not like the Hall of Fame has any prestige anymore, anyways. I mean, look who's in it. It's a fucking joke.
Jimmy Snuka, I rest my case.
Donald Trump, I rest mine.
How can you have a Hall of Fame without actually having a Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
There's that too. Although, I mean, TNA technically Impact TNA has one too, but they don't really have one. But they are a lot more low budget than the E.
Oh, absolutely.
The E could rent a shop in a strip mall or something. I don't know. Something. Anything.
I mean, they've got that giant fucking warehouse in Connecticut right next to the friggin' headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
Turn that bitch into your Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You already have a
You've
museum.
got all the memorabilia. There's your museum.
You already have like a museum that you set up. Why not make it a museum / Hall of Fame and put everybody's memorabilia in it? Like make little tributes to each Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
They're all about WWE's all about making the friggin' almighty dollar.
Exactly. Which is why you got to say, and by the way, Vinny, you can charge people to get in.
Can you imagine what people around the world would pay to go there?
You can charge people to virtually visit, like the Thunder. You have all that Thunderdome experience. Set up some shit where you walk them through.
I would go. I don't like WWE, but I would go.
Me
just
too.
Because of the lineage that is there and the stuff that is there. You know,
I'd go to see the Iron Sheik's boots alone.
Right? Just that, I'd be fucking happy.
The whole Iron Sheik corner of the building.
I'd go. I'd do a live video where I said "fuck Hulk Hogan" and I'd leave. That would be my experience.
All right, Wendy, are you ready for me to trigger Dom?
Yeah.
Are you ready to see Dom get triggered?
Do it.
Why?
We can.
Are you ready to see the man from South Philly go psycho? Is what he's saying.
All you have to say is Matt Sydal.
Motherfucker!
He's not there. And
Three-eyed dude.
This may trigger you a little bit too, Wendy, but at the same time, I feel like I'm kind of fucking right here.
Uh-huh.
And we're gonna talk. I want to talk about GCW. Okay.
GC Dub.
So us three, we knew what GCW was for a while.
Of course.
Matt Cardona put that company on the fucking map when he beat Nick Gage for that title, that company blew the fuck up and now has more notoriety than it ever has.
True.
Matt Cardona made GCW what it is right now today.
I'm not even triggered because I agree with it. Like, Nick Gage had this idea of what he wanted for GCW and where he wanted it to go, but his name is not as big as Cardona's because Cardona had WWE as a stage. I hate to say this, but it's true. He had that stage at WWE and he rose to great popularity amongst the fans as Zack Ryder to the point where we wanted him as champion. We wanted him up top. We wanted him to have those pushes that he got for like a split second and then got flicked right off. So when he was gone, the fans were genuinely upset. And now that he's doing his own thing as Matt Cardona, they're still supporting. They're still loving because they love who Zack Ryder was. And they know that Zack Ryder is Matt Cardona. And they love and appreciate the guy. And he was able to definitely elevate GCW. And I'll be honest, I don't hate saying it. I'm happy for GCW.
Matt Cardona to GCW is what Shane Douglas was to the beginning of ECW.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe.
Shane Douglas was the big name that put ECW on the map.
Let me
That's
take
what
that.
Matt Cardona is to GCW.
Let me take that in a slightly different direction because I get what you're saying. Let me expand on it a little bit. Matt Cardona and John Moxley are to GCW as, say, Tommy Dreamer and Raven were to ECW.
But the thing is Moxley didn't come to GCW until after Matt Cardona put them on the map. After he beat Nick Gage.
I know. But
so he's just a follow-in.
It's the same. It's the same type of story. Here's this guy coming in who was not hardcore, who wasn't accepted by the fans, and he got over. And then all of a sudden, here comes the grungy, hardcore, leather-wearing badass to attack him.
But Matt
it's
Cardona,
Tommy Dreamer versus Raven all over again.
Yeah, okay, so it is all that. But Cardona was there first and foremost.
Yeah, like Tommy.
He brought along his already established fans. And it's on his shoulders. He's the one who brought it up. So Moxley shows up later to like reap some of those benefits or whatever. But he's not the one who put it on the map. He's not the one that brought the spotlight to it. It was Cardona.
Exactly.
And the reason Nick Gage couldn't do it is because he's not even an indie darling. He's a hardcore darling. And that's a whole very niche thing. So if you don't know hardcore or you don't like it, you're not going to care for it. Whereas like I said before, and like I've been saying, Cardona brought in a heap of his own fans. He is known. He is a known name and face. And he brought that in with him. Moxley came afterwards. And so all this storyline stuff, that's after. And that comes as part of the Cardona package, not necessarily like, oh, Mox helped in any way. You could have put anybody in that spot, if you ask me. Could have put in anybody.
No, I'm not arguing that. I'm saying like when Cardona came in, GCW fans were not feeling him, a la Tommy Dreamer. And then he won them over. And then Mox showed up, just like Raven did. And from there, the promotion went to another level, just like GCW is doing.
I'm saying, though, Mox didn't really, like I said, you could have put anybody in that slot, though. It wasn't necessarily any assistance from Mox. It was just coincidental, maybe, but I don't think it was a whole lot of help from him. Yeah, GCW fans hate Matt Cardona, but he's the one who was like, okay, spotlight right here. Thank you.
Bro, Matt Cardona got Hulk Hogan level heat at that show when he beat Nick Gage.
Yep, sure did.
From those fans.
Mm-hmm.
When Hogan turned NWO, Cardona got that level of heat from those fans. And it was fucking amazing. Now, on to the second part of this. Since this didn't go exactly the way I thought it was going to, I was not expecting to get either of you guys to fucking agree with me. I was ready to have a debate and argue and fight.
This debate went a different way.
I'm listening. I'm also dying over this. Dom, if I see Hulk Hogan, I break his back. Make him humble. Sheiky, baby.
I literally said it as Sheiky would say, too. if I see the Hulk Hogan. Because he's always like, the Hulk Hogan can go fuck himself.
If I
The
see
Hulk Hogan
the
is
Now,
Brody. Brucey.
now, I put on the rundown. I put GECW, and I did that for a
You did.
reason because, like I said before I started this segment, history repeats itself, and when I say it repeats itself, GCW is slowly, now that they've got the notoriety from Cardona and Mox and Jarrett and all these other guys and Chelsea Green that are coming in, they now have that notoriety to become that hardcore alternative like ECW was in the 90s. We now have that three-headed monster of wrestling back.
We do.
And here's the thing. Joey Janela owns GCW. And Joey Janela right now is an active wrestler on the AEW roster. Just like ECW, Vince threw them some fucking cash. I guarantee you that fucking Tony's going to be like, Joey, I'm going to let your contract run out, but I'm going to help GCW because this needs to be pushed.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? And do you guys think that history is repeating itself with the three-headed monster like we had in the early 90s and mid 90s, late 2000s?
Yeah, I think we're headed in that direction.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's the same. Like WCW was on a higher level than any of the other competition. ECW and GCW are kind of at the same spot. And it's definitely interesting to watch. And I could see Tony helping him out. I mean, what's
Yeah.
Joey spent 2 years wrestling for AEW, having these lights out matches and, turning on Sunny Kiss and doing all this shit. And he's going to just walk out and go back to GCW and Tony's going to be like, okay, have a great life. I don't see Tony Khan as that kind of guy. I can
see him investing in it somehow.
I could see him investing or, helping out. Like, even if he had AEW exclusive contracts, I think he would still let guys go to GCW.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I think he would.
absolutely.
Just like
look at
Vince
Moxley. He's their champion.
Just like Vince in the 90s let ECW guys on Raw and then sent Jerry Lawler and a few other guys down to the bingo hall. And boy, that went well.
I mean, he's already had Nick Gage on a Dynamite.
Right.
And there's rumors that Nick Gage is set to come back for maybe another match here sometime soon in AEW.
See,
so
the only thing you could say to trigger me is how in the fuck is Matt Cardona the ECW TV title holder right now?
He's not. He threw it in the trash just like Shane Douglas did, and he pulled out his internet title.
Yep.
Gold.
Sure did.
The only difference is I was celebrating Shane Douglas and fuck you, Matt Cardona. Furthermore, fuck you, Rhino. Every time you come back with an ECW championship, something stupid happens. When ECW was rebooted, there he is on Impact, burning his ECW title. Then he brings the TV title out, and he loses it to fucking Matt Cardona to do this shit. Fuck you, Rhino. You're not even an ECW original. You clung on at the end. Get the fuck out of my hardcore promotion, okay? Go back to Impact with Heath Slater and enjoy yourself. Leave my shit alone.
Wow. Those are some feelings, my man.
You want to see me triggered? Boom, baby. Triggered.
He's been set off, y'all.
Fuck Matt Cardona. Fuck the Internet Championship. Long live the Extreme.
I thought you were about to say, fuck me, your mom's a hoe, too.
E. You know why? Because E comes before G. It's a lot easier to do this shit when the blueprint was laid out.
Deathmatch wrestling. All hail Cardona.
Yep.
The king of extreme biting styles.
Internet champion. He said, hey, Chelsea.
Which is even faker than the FTW title, y'all.
He's like, Chelsea, hold this.
The FTW title has had 4 champions. How many internet champions do we have?
One and only, son. One and only.
That's all you need.
Fake.
Yep.
Fake. Phony. When Shane Douglas held up that ECW title, it was real.
It was real when Matt Cardona threw that piece of shit in the fucking trash and brought out a real title.
Real.
No, it was real that Matt Cardona did his best Medusa impression. Ooh,
I mean, the
you
man
know it.
has keychains. It doesn't get more realer than that, you know.
Oh yeah, because I've always wanted to hang my championship from my alternator, my ignition.
I might have to get
No,
one.
I will never send a greeting card to Matt Cardona or Rhino.
If he sends them Christmas cards, it's just gonna be him being like, "Fuck you." It'll be
All I
holographic,
know
like
is
around.
the beginning of this segment when
One
I talked
side
about
of the
Cardona
greeting
putting
card
GC
is going to be me taking a shit, and then the other side is going to be the turd, and just above it is going to be, "This is what I think of you." Love Psycho.
Gonna hand
I'm
deliver
gonna-
flaming bags of poo at their doors.
I'm gonna figure out a way to clip out the beginning of this segment where I said Matt Cardona put GCW on the map, and then I'm gonna post that shit on Twitter, and I'm gonna tag Cardona and watch the fucking reactions come in.
Yep. Watch it happen.
Right after that, you're going to get my rant in a clip. Fuck Matt Cardona and fuck Rhino.
All I know is I feel validated because Grandma agrees with me.
I figured Brucey wanted to see the Psycho. The Psycho has shown up. Fuck Matt Cardona and fuck Rhino.
Even Kofi said it. Granny's right. It was just the fact Mox was hot at the time. Boom.
It was
I know my shit, son.
Cardona.
I may zone out half the time, but when I'm in it, son.
Ooh, Cardona's putting those hundreds of people in seats.
Actually, it was a pretty packed fucking
It was,
bro.
yeah.
They just had their world show at the Hammerstein Ballroom and filled it.
Yep.
Don't even tell me the Hammerstein Ballroom's small because your boys fucking were there all the goddamn time and you used to brag about it.
Again,
Mhm.
it's very
And
easy to
Raptors.
do when somebody laid the blueprint. Just here you go.
So obviously everyone in Japan laid the blueprint down for Paul Heyman. So that means
No.
we should be giving thanks to Japan.
FMW did.
Yes.
So we should be thanking FMW, which I've done.
So we should.
Which
be
is
thanking-
also why their wrestlers were used in ECW.
Whatever. Let's talk about Beach Break and that amazing fucking cutter from the top of a 20-foot fucking ladder.
Okay, now we're talking.
That
Holy
was
fucking shit.
insane.
Am I the only one that got flashbacks of like Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off the ladder
Oh,
when
fuck
it
no.
happened?
No, that was
Like I was having TLC flashbacks like a motherfucker off of that. It was
Let's-
beautiful.
Let's think about this. We got a crossroads off of an 8-foot ladder.
yes.
We got a cutter off of a 20-foot fucking ladder.
Off
We
from
had-
one 20-foot ladder to another 20-foot.
Yep.
We had Sammy climb up a 50-foot ladder and do a swanton on top of Cody across an 8-foot ladder, and it looked like Sammy broke his fucking back.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
oh
that
my
ladder had zero give.
None. It didn't even like. It was like.
You know how a while ago I said nothing's worse than when you try to put somebody when you're going through a table and the table doesn't break. I changed my mind. That is worse.
Yep.
When you're supposed to go through a ladder and the ladder doesn't give whatso fucking ever. You should go back to Family Dollar for your ladders. Like, don't overpay.
Nope.
That they could have both been dead off that shit, but it was beautiful. Again, I'm just seeing Jeff Hardy in them TLC matches, and I'm flashing back, and I'm just going,
Those
"This is
were
wonderful."
Like sturdy ass Home Depot ladders, man. Like,
Exactly. In the immortal words of my man Brian, that ladder didn't give a fuck.
single one.
I was like, I ain't
Single
moving.
one.
That is the world's toughest ladder.
That ladder was like, I may be 8 feet, but not a single inch of this is made of fuck.
That
Right.
ladder,
Right.
that ladder won a ropey for toughest ladder of all time, hands down. Now, at the same time, it seemed like almost everything they did was off a fucking ladder, and at the same time, I ate it all up. I marked
too.
out for every fucking moment. It was like,
That
do
was one of
everything
the
from the
best
ladder.
ones.
I don't give a fuck. This will not get tired. I will not get tired of this.
that was one of the best ladder matches I've seen in a long
Yeah.
time. And I
Yeah.
think the reason I feel that way is because I wasn't expecting as much out of Cody, but I got more. I guess I got saying what I want to say is I got more from Cody than what I was expecting.
Yep, agree.
I can't say I can and I can't because like when Cody gets into these type matches, he goes all the fuck out. Like he's still got those red marks on his back from the flaming fucking table. He's the one
Those
that
aren't
came
marks,
off the
those
top
are
of the
scars.
cage while bleeding. You know, like
super happy with that.
it's hard to say I got more than I expected from Cody because he gives like that motherfucker goes.
When I agree with that, I feel it's that he gives a lot, but he gave a lot more this time around. Like he put his foot in it. Like, oh my god.
Oh, he was great. Sammy was great. Match was great. I probably best ladder match I've seen since TLC.
Yeah. It's been a hot minute since I've seen something like that.
I was
Brian.
beyond over the that he put Sammy Guevara over and let him take the title.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is something. That's exactly what. Oh, thank God. There was something else I wanted to talk about too.
Okay.
Yeah, love him or hate him, Cody's a terrific wrestler, and he always just puts in the work.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a logo on a shirt, y'all. He does the fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I there was so much that happened on this show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I gotta say the fucking the down and I don't even want to say this because I expect so much more. But Red Velvet and Layla Hirsch match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm so glad I'm not alone on that because
yeah. Again, unanimous.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I hate Layla Hirsch, like not as a person, as a performer in the ring, she's better than that.
As much as I hate Red Velvet, she's better than that.
No, she's not. Red Velvet's not that good.
It's not. But that's I mean, even that night, she wasn't as good as her mid level, as MJF would say. Like she's mid at best, and that night she was not, and neither was Layla. And you knew that at least I did. I knew the match was going to be underwhelming when the build to it was, to put it simply, under fucking whelming.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know, like, I didn't even remember Layla Hirsch was in a tag team where they had been a clique. I didn't know they were feuding until Dynamite, and when it happened,
Dark.
I was like,
it all happened on Dark.
Well, that's what I mean. I haven't watched Dark in a few weeks, so I didn't know. And when I saw the backstage thing, I was like, I could not give any less of a fuck than I do right now.
I took that.
And then kept going with it. And I'm like, guys, still don't give a fuck.
I'm a major proponent of women's wrestling, a big fan, supporter, and pusher of it. But even I had to step away from that match because I was like, I'm just not in it.
I think that's unanimous here, really. I mean, we're all huge, huge supporters of women's wrestling. And we were all just like, what is this? I'm out. I'm done. No. Thank God for that Britt Baker promo. At least some female showed up that night.
Yeah. Honestly.
She's just fucking crazy. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So, what the fuck is with... What... Wendy, please help me because I helped you with Orange Cassidy. Hopefully...
Oh, man. Brucey is triggered and he didn't even ask.
With the glasses off and everything. Oh, boy.
It's a high-class triggering.
What is so fucking special about this Dan Housen motherfucker?
Danhausen.
Dan, whatever. What is so special about this fucking guy? Can he wrestle? That's my real question.
Yes,
he can. Yes,
absolutely. Like
Orange Cassidy wrestle or Adam Cole level. Give me a level here.
I want to say somewhere in the middle, between if Orange Cassidy's here and then Adam Cole's up here, Danhausen would probably be somewhere around here. So he's very entertaining. He's very different. Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, because he's had the same gimmick, but he's never stale. He's good in the ring.
Yeah.
He's very. I enjoy the hell out of him. Let's put it that way. I know he's a little weird, but I enjoy like Orange Cassidy is, but I enjoy the hell out of him. Whereas with Cassidy, like I feel like the gimmick was cool, and now 2 years later, I'm just like, yeah, I get it. I'm done.
That was the worst, the fucking worst unveiling of a fucking athlete in wrestling history.
You didn't like him popping out from under the ring?
It could have been better, but
he pulled out from the ring, looked at Adam Cole, and then walked away.
Yeah,
hit the motherfucker. Do some moves.
Now, I also think he's still recovering from some injuries, so that might be why.
Oh, he broke his foot, but he could still punch Adam Cole in the face and walk away.
No, I know, but I think that may be why he just had like the light, unveiling debut, whatever you want to call it, because he's still working his way back from some injuries. So it's like, hey, I'm here.
Does he even function as a distraction? He just was eyeballing, and Cassidy didn't even take advantage, did he? If I recall correctly.
Not really.
No, because he was on the ground. Like Cole was
I think
going
Adam
for a
Cole
chair.
laid him out, and then went under the ring for something, and there was Danhausen. And it was just like, it wasn't the greatest debut, but it was definitely a shock. It was like, why the fuck are you under the ring?
I was genuinely shocked that he was there, but yeah, like I'm trying to think back on it, and
I
just wasn't that exciting, which is kind of disappointing.
In honor of Pepsi Phil, I gotta say, like, why were you under the ring? Are you the new Hornswoggle? What the fuck happened?
the real reason I asked is because there was zero pop for the guy. And I literally watched it. Dom was on here with me. I watched it before we came on the air. I watched that match before there was zero pop for the guy.
I was distracted looking on my phone, and I looked up just as they were pulling away from him, and that's when I saw him, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Danhausen." But if I hadn't looked up, as you said, there was no pop. I wouldn't have noticed at all.
Yeah, I think people were just shocked by it. Like either it was, wait, what the fuck? Or honestly, and I know there's some people like this, even at an AEW crowd, like, wait, who's that?
A lot of that, yeah.
There was a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those. I knew who it was, but there were probably a lot of people in that crowd that were like, wait, who is that? Is that Darby Allin? Did he paint both sides of his face and dye his hair? Like, is he going with a gimmick change?
Did he change his look a little bit? It's the curse of the indie darlings, though. If you don't watch the indie wrestling and you don't know it, you don't know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, like when Warhorse was coming in, like, yes, people like me knew him, but for people that didn't, when they had promoted that he was coming in, people kind of went and looked him up and saw what he was about, and they were like, okay, cool, now I'm glad, now I want to see him. But there was no prep for this whatsoever. And Danhausen is kind of on the same level as Warhorse. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just spring him on a crowd. You gotta be like, hey, this guy's showing up, so that people that don't know him can do like they did with Warhorse and then tune in.
But it was, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Please, one of you guys send me a fucking match that he's been in so I can actually see if so I can judge if I'm gonna like this guy or not. Cause
after we get off, I got you. Don't worry.
I literally had it queued up already for you.
Thank you.
It's in the chat for you.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank God for Stat Girl.
Thank you.
Yep. No
Wendy
worries,
is the fucking man.
Yeah, I am. Fuck Becky Lynch, it's me.
So, I mean, because I forgot, I want you guys to help me out with this. But there's something, we talk about. Everyone says AEW's old. AEW's got all these old wrestlers. They're all old wrestlers. All they do is bring in old wrestlers. Well, I was actually thinking long and hard about this when I was watching Dynamite on Wednesday, because I watched the beginning of it. AEW actually has more 20-something wrestlers on TV on a major network than WWE does. I mean, you guys help me out with some. They've got the 4 pillars which
Right.
there's really no more pillars because it's a fucking pyramid now because of how much
You can
talent
put
they
up as
actually have.
many pillars as you
Young.
want.
It's a goddamn Roman Coliseum. You've got
It is.
MJF, you got Sammy Guevara, you got
Got
Darby
Darby.
Allin, Jungle Boy, Hook,
Right.
Hobbs, Starks, Daniel Garcia, and I know I'm missing a fuck ton more.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know, you got
How old are
Dante.
the
You got Dante Martin, who's barely 22. You know, you've got. I'm thinking about it too now since you put me on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But
there's so many more.
If you look at it
Oh,
from
here
the
we go. Okay,
other
I
side,
found a list. So the youngins, you have like Anna Jay, right?
right?
Jungle Boy, as you said,
Mhm.
Riho, Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy of Private Party, MJF, Alan Angels, who else? Marco Stunt, who's older than Jungle Boy.
I
And
don't think
actually,
Johnny Hungy's that old.
No, I think Johnny Hungy's in his 30s.
He's in his 30s, and
Wow, he
actually,
looks
Marco's not even really considered with the company
Not
anymore.
anymore, no. But he's still one on the younger end.
Rio's
Between-
next.
Between 25 and 29, you have who is it? Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford, Austin
Yeah.
Gunn. There's Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin,
Mhm.
Chris Statlander, Tay Conti, Mark Quinn, Ricky Starks, Johnny
So
Kidd,
say
or
if
Sonny
you-
Kiss, Jade Cargill, 10 from
Jade's in her 20s.
huh?
Yeah,
Jade
she's
is in her
28.
20s.
28.
yeah, she's like 20. Yeah, 28.
Adam Page, Anthony Bowens, Britt Baker's 29, Johnny Hungy's 29, Ortiz is 29, Ray Phoenix and Santana's also 29. So
Yeah,
all
so
these
if
guys are
you-
under 30.
If you look at it from the other side, and you want to talk about old guy wrestlers, there's Sting, and then there's Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
End of list.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, every now and then Dustin makes an appearance. He's older. Every now and then Billy Gunn makes an appearance. He's older. But as far as
90% of their rosters in their 20s.
as far as a focal point and an old wrestler, Sting, Chris
Here we go.
Jericho.
40s, what is it? Wrestlers in their 40s, 50s, and 60s in AEW. There's Colt Cabana, who's 40. The Blade, also 40. Frankie Kazarian, 43. Lance Archer and The Butcher, also 43. Emi Sakura, 44. Nakazawa, 45. Matt Hardy, 46. Jericho, 50. Chris Daniels, 50. Dustin Rhodes, 51. Luther, 52. And Sting is the oldest at 61.
So out of all of those, I think you said maybe 4 or 5 that actually are active.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The lists are longer.
Hardy-
The lists are longer, to be honest.
And as far as like predominantly featured, you have maybe out of all those guys from 40 up, you have maybe Archer, Sting, Jericho.
And these lists are from September of last year.
And I just want to let the world know Frankie Kazarian just re-signed with AEW.
Oh,
He signed
wow.
a new contract to stay All Elite,
Well, that's
which
cool.
I'm not surprised.
I'm a
not
little
surprised.
surprised, but it's still cool.
Oh yeah, we
I'm
forgot
not.
Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn is 61. If I recall correctly, he's the same age as my
Holy.
dad.
Yeah,
Wow.
him and Stinger, yeah.
Yeah, they're the oldest. Two of the oldest.
All right.
You know, and then look at it on the other side. You know, on the other side, you got Brock, you got Goldberg, you got Bobby, you got all these guys, all 40 and up, and they're all on
But
TV.
nobody says nothing.
And yet AEW is the one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who gives a fuck? It's like I would rather see Sting than Goldberg, and Sting is 10 years older.
Honestly. I'd rather see Ric
gives a
Flair than
fuck?
Goldberg, and Ric Flair's shit.
I'd rather see Dustin than Goldberg. All
That's
that
what's
shit.
gonna happen. Oh
What's gonna happen?
my shit.
What?
Brock is gonna beat Bobby. Roman's gonna beat Seth. Oldberg is going to win the Royal Rumble, and we are going to have a
please,
triple
no.
threat to unify the titles, and Oldberg is
please,
gonna
no.
win.
Please no.
Fuck my life. Bing bong.
No. At that point, if that's the main event at WrestleMania, I'm not watching. Like no.
Fuck my
Fuck
life.
no.
Bing bong.
Like I know Ivan brought up a while ago, like we need, you know, once we talked about Edge and AJ, we need that at WrestleMania. And if you want to do that on the WrestleMania stage, I'm in. but if you do this, I'm not sticking around.
No, thank you. I don't need this in my
I'll
fucking
be like,
life.
okay, I saw what I wanted to saw. Triple threat's coming. Click.
I saw what I needed
Well-
to see, and instantly that's a no.
That's
Well,
no.
with-
Just the
with-
idea is a hard pass. So don't make it a reality.
With all of that being said, my final thought for the evening is Matt Cardona is the deathmatch king and put hardcore wrestling on the fucking map. Wendy.
For this generation.
Wendy.
For this
Yes.
generation. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Grandma. Thank you.
Wendy,
Yes. My final
what's your
thought.
final thoughts?
You mentioned the three-headed beast of wrestling, and I gotta say, it excites me that it's coming back. It is so fucking thrilling knowing that we have so many fucking options, and it's like I feel like I'm fucking 10 years old again, and I'm like, but this time I don't have to like try and hold the rabbit antennas just the right way to see hardcore wrestling at fucking 2 a.m. on some random channel, and oh my god, mom's coming downstairs. None of that exists.
Right?
I'm an adult. I can watch it online now. Fuck
I don't
yeah.
have to siphon my neighbor's cable.
Fuck no, I don't have to do that anymore. It is fucking exciting, man. I love it. I love that hardcore wrestling coming back like it is. Fuck yeah. That's my final.
Thank you, Matt Cardona.
Fuck yeah.
Dom?
I mean, I'm with Wendy as far as that goes, but on another note, I'm glad to see that William Regal has landed someplace.
Yes.
I love that Impact Wrestling ran after him. I can't wait to see what he does with that roster and with whoever the hell is looming out there. Like this signing alone may change people's minds as to where they're going. A lot of these NXT talents that are coming up and all this stuff, if they know Regal's got the ball, they're going to run to Impact.
Mm-hmm.
And that just makes wrestling better, because we're talking about three-headed monsters. What if we get a fourth? It just makes it deeper. It makes the competition better. It stops oversaturation in a market, because now people have their options, and it's going to be interesting to watch.
Man, I could talk on that for another hour.
We could.
Well, give us a summary, Brucey.
Here's the thing. Impact will never truly be in the talks with the three-headed monsters until they start going to bigger places, letting more fans in. Right now,
They're playing
every
it
show,
safe right now.
every this isn't the time to play it safe. If you really want to think about it, this really isn't the time for them to play
Not really.
safe.
During Dark Plague times, it's not the times to play it safe. Okay.
There's that. I mean, ask
Look
ROH.
at all these other shows. Look
Ask
at E
ROH if
AEW.
they
It's
should
true
have.
though. It's true though. AEW
Ask
is like,
ROH if they should have played it safe or done all these crowdless shows and big pay per views
after
with
having
15
gone to
people in
two
the crowd.
AEW shows where everybody is packed in there and people are like, "Oh, the stadium says you have to wear a mask." No, I don't. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, fuck all that, right?
Nobody
Like,
gives a shit. So Impact, fuck it, just do it. Who gives? We don't give a shit.
They need to go, not even on the road. They just need
And
to get someplace bigger. Even if they go back to the Impact Zone in fucking Tennessee.
But even if they do hit the road, AEW is showing you don't need to hit big arenas. Because when they were here in DC,
yeah.
it's not a big arena. And they used
Mm-mm.
half of it. They used half of the arena. And you saw
Oh
how
no,
packed it was.
it's one
Norfolk,
thing,
Norfolk was not a big arena.
AEW, I think, has the finances behind it where they can go to these, semi-large arenas and pay the venues and do their thing. I don't know if Impact does anymore. But
Listen,
if you want to
I
get bigger,
disagree.
I'm just saying, if you want to get bigger, it has to start somewhere. And bringing a guy like Regal in and having some of this talent that's out there going, wait, maybe I should go back and work with him. I think it's a great idea. I think it's the start of something. And we'll see how far they go with it, because we know what William Regal is capable of doing when it comes to a wrestling show. We know who William Regal is by this point. And I don't care if it's in ring or behind the scenes. So we know if given the opportunity, he can make Impact better. Will Impact let him?
Here's this. If Impact can sign Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson and Moose and all of these other stars, Rhino, Slater, all these fucking guys that cost big fucking money, if they can sign all these guys, they can go on the road and go to bigger freaking venues and let more people into their shows to get people more excited, to make their shows more exciting to watch. It's
Right.
like when I watch Impact, I feel like I'm watching ROH, like ROH at the end,
Hence
like
William
when
Regal.
we
though.
watched Final Battle when there was 10 people in the
No, that's
fucking
what I mean.
crowd.
Hence William Regal. You need something to bring that energy back. And he's capable of doing that. We saw it in NXT. We saw it.
think
He
if you combine the
created
two, I think if
he
they take-
created an energy from nothing.
I think if they take Regal's brilliance and the boldness to hit the road and just start doing more shows and stuff,
Mhm.
I think they could definitely stand a chance to make it a four-headed beast and get into it harder.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. All in due time. Like first he'll start bringing the vibe up, then maybe you'll get some
I see
more
what you're
talent
saying. I
in.
feel you.
Then they start going on the road, and now all of a sudden, instead of a 3-headed monster, we could end up with a 4-headed monster. You could end
the
up with
thing
the
is-
4 horsemen of pro wrestling.
That would be fucking amazing.
I don't know.
And it's another
it
venue for
wouldn't be
Matt
a Four Horsemen.
Cardona, so you guys
be-
gotta love that.
It wouldn't be the four horsemen of pro wrestling. We got to get this right. It's the three-headed beast and the sports entertainers.
Yes. It's 3 wrestling companies and a bunch of actors.
They're
Yeah,
still a fucking
exactly.
wrestling company.
Nope.
Sports entertainment.
When these
Nope.
people
When
leave,
90% of your shows are skits and acting, it is not a wrestling program.
when these
When
people,
your own boss says we're not wrestling, we're sports entertainment, you are sports entertainment.
when your own boss is an old fart who can't remember his name, he doesn't know shit. And when these people leave WWE,
he didn't say that
where
recently. He didn't say it recently. He said it a long
he's
time
been a
ago.
senile
And he
fuck for
and
years.
he has stood by those words, and he will stand his
Okay.
ground.
And he's a
Sports
senile old fuck, and he's saying it, and he's wrong. Because when these people leave WWE, where do they go? Do they go to
a
movies?
wrestling company.
Exactly. So they're wrestlers. It's a wrestling company. The old man doesn't think so, and he's wrong.
No, like they say, they left there so they could wrestle.
Yep.
They left so
It's
they
a
could
wrestling promotion.
Brian Danielson said it himself. He basically left WWE so he could go and have wrestling matches.
Yep.
Real matches where he can wrestle his style.
I watched All Out.
Not
He
their
said he
style.
came because he wanted to because he wanted to wrestle the best.
And with that said, you can find us on Facebook
Uh-huh.
at Top Rope Wrestling Talk. It's a fucking endless battle.
It is.
You can find
I
us
guess
on-
we should
on
call it
Facebook
Top
at
Rope
Rope-
Sports Entertainment Wrestling Talk.
No, that's.
doesn't
Have you
have-
noticed I try to avoid talking about sports entertainment and talk more about wrestling?
You talk WWE.
I did today because you
You
made
do in
me.
every show.
No, I don't. Yeah, I
Yes,
talk
you
shit
do.
about him. I
Focus
talk
mainly
shit
on
about
that.
him. We don't.
Talk
The whole
about
show.
a little
We
bit.
talk
can
about
find- you
NXT 2.0 more than I watch it.
because they were shitting on him. Anyways, you can find us on Facebook at Top Rope Wrestling Talk. That's our Facebook group. You can go in there, shoot the shit with us, watch our stream, and just have fun. Join our threads, our forums, have fun. And you can also find us at the same name, Top Rope Wrestling Talk, on Facebook as our page, where we have stuff from this show. We put clips and what's upcoming, all of that fun stuff on there. Then you can also find us on Twitter at Top Rope WT. Good God, my phone blows up nonstop with Twitter. So yes, that thing is on fucking fire. Even if we're not on there, it's still blowing up because we're being tagged in everything and anything.
Everything.
And then you can also find us at the PWI award-winning worst Instagram handle ever made. It is at Top_Rope_Wrestling_Talk. Yes, you can find us on the Instagram
Just
as
exhausting to hear
well. Grandma
Mhm.
Wendy,
Bow, yes.
tell the world where they can listen to us.
You can listen to us on Top Rope, or what is it? Anchor.fm/TRWT. From there, you can find us all over the interwebs, wherever podcasts are distributed freely or whatever. Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, all of them. And then whatever weird miscellaneous ones that exist. You can also find us on thewrestlingindex.com. Still using my cheat sheet, y'all.
Actually,
You still can.
oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah, you still can.
Okay, I was
Okay.
like nervous for a second. Like, do I need to backpedal and be like, no, you can now?
No.
No, our
No,
page is
no.
Yes.
our page is still up and running there.
Okay, cool. So you can still
There
find
will be
us
an
there.
expansion, and when they expand, we will be on that too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And there will be
And if you
many
wanna
other
see-
opportunities from
If
there.
you wanna visually experience the awkwardness that is the conversation of is the E sports entertainment or wrestling, you can catch us on the YouTubes under a Fox Den Jawn, JAWN, and there you will find Top Rope Wrestling Talk. Boom.
Yes.
Done. Where can I buy a T-shirt and a bath shower curtain thing and the notebook?
And more. You can find all of our merch at trwtmerch.threadless.com. We have mugs, masks, t-shirts, pillows, blankets, sheets, bath mats, beach towels, shower curtains, magnets. The list goes on and on and on. But check out trwtmerch.threadless.com to see it all. Get it shipped to you wherever in the world you may be, and rep your favorite podcast all over the world. Spread us, y'all, like a virus.
Wear it to all of your wrestling shows. That's what I do. I always wear my TRWT shirt.
All your wrestling shows,
Every
except maybe WWE. They might kick you out.
No, just
They-
wear it anyways. Who gives a shit?
They might mistake it for another wrestling company. They might,
No one cares. Wear it.
but wear it anyway.
Yeah.
But you got to buy it in order to wear it.
Yes.
trwtmerch.threadless.com.
And with
Now.
that being said, Wendy,
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Dom,
The forbidden door is made of petrified redwood.
it is.
It's rock
It
salt.
is. It's mahogany too.
It's the heart. It's the hardest door you'll ever find.
The hardest wood.
And with
She said
with
hardest
that
wood.
and with that being said, all I gotta say is deuces, bitches.
Boom, boom.
Fuck Matt Cardona.